Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a love no contact reading for the sign of Cancer. This is going to be for the end of April and as we transition into March. I have already pre-shuffled some oracle cards, so I want to take the time to thank you for tuning into this reading, and I welcome in your angels, your ancestors, and your guides to channel a divine message to you so I can provide you some sort of insight, message, or just a lending ear to the situation that's going on, because the energy feels a little bit tense right now. I feel like my body feels like really heavy for some reason. So I don't know if like you're feeling like that or like the situation with this person has been making you feel like that, but my body feels like weighted, and not like in a grounded, like good sense, in like a almost like it's hard to like maintain presence in my own body. So yeah, I don't know what that means. Maybe you're experiencing a similar feeling or you've been feeling like very out of body lately. But let's just dive right into it. So the first oracle card that you got that flew right out is going to be this Mother Mary card. And it says, love and peace, let go of the need to be right, choose peace, and mother healing is possible at this time. It's like the sun is even like reflecting this like beautiful aura around this card. It's like very vibrant. And then you also have this Dwal Kul Dharma unfolding card. It says, remember that you are on a path and take one step at a time to happiness. Also radiating beautiful energy as well. So the message here is to forgive. I don't know if you need to forgive this person for something that they did to you, but the message is coming off that like if you hold on to a grudge, you're gonna create more bad karma in your life rather than clearing the energy for the situation altogether, So I don't know if this person wronged you so bad where you feel like you don't want to forgive them, or you feel like it is easier in your mind to hold this negative energy towards them because you were right in the situation. You knew all along what was going on, or you knew that like things were going to lead to an ending before, and maybe they were like gaslighting you or whatever. But like there's this message here to release all of that energy and really choose peace and happiness within yourself. You are on a path of your own, and the only person who has control over your emotions is you. You can't let somebody else take power and ownership over those things, because you're gonna create a lot of friction situations in your life if you continue to let other people determine your emotions and your mood. And I know sometimes people wrong us so bad, and it's like, man, I don't want to let them into my life. I don't want to forgive them. I'm never going to forget what they've done to me. But there's this message here that like, regardless of the situation you went with that person, you can still release the need to be right over the situation by choosing peace and happiness within yourself. And that in itself is a win. So like, if you think that you need to stick it to the man with this person because they think that they won with you, it does you more, it's like less satisfaction in your life in the long run. And sometimes the one up is that you're choosing yourself over it. And it's okay to forgive somebody, even if they wronged you, because that's how you clear the karma for the situation. We are human beings, and we are going through a lot of different things in this world with other people, and people are wronging us in all these different ways. But that doesn't mean that you should hold a grudge, a long-term grudge, because it only causes more harm for yourself in the long run. Like what life is that if you just continue to like be upset at the past and what other people have like done to you? That's not ever you're never gonna learn the lesson in the situation, and we have to go through things in our life so we learn the lesson. And that's kind of what this like Dharma unfolding is, you know what I mean? It's like you're on this life path here, and you really are trying to figure life out altogether. And it's okay to go through bad situations in our life. Like, nothing is going to be good and dandy all the time. And then with this Mother Mary card here, there's also this message here that, like, there was trauma instilled from a mother. So maybe it was from you. Maybe it's you and your mom. Or take it as it resonates, it's this person and their mom, you know, and like maybe their mom issues like really took a toll on the relationship subconsciously. Like maybe they knew in the background, but they didn't really put two and two together that these problems that they were having was actually because of like the disconnection that they had with their mom. So there's some sort of like mom healing energy that also needs to take place. Or like maybe you are a mom and you guys have had kids together, and you know there's a disconnect happening between you and the kids, but oh my god, but there is this like healing energy that needs to take place, honestly, for this situation. And it's possible. Anything is possible, you know. Card flip, yeah, I did. Interesting. Spirit, what else do we need to know about this no contact person and situation? Please provide me some messages and insights. Cancers are very intuitive beings. So like when you have a gut feeling about something, it's like, I know, and I know, bitch, I know. And I'm not gonna sit here and let you gaslight me into thinking something else, because my intuition is screaming at me. You know what I mean? So, I know that's right. But then there's also this like emotional like nature to you, but don't get it twisted. You know, the crab is the crab. Like the cancers are very, very, very sweet people. But once they feel crossed, wronged in a situation, you best believe that you are going to feel the pinching. You know what I mean? Like cancers have no problem telling you what is wrong. Like eventually. Sometimes they're a little bit reserved at first, and it depends on how long you've been with them or how comfortable they feel, but cancers have no problem being like, yeah, fam. Okay, let's just leave it out there for now, and then we can dive into more if needed. Okay, so we had the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. The Two of Wands is all about a choice point, having the world in your hand and looking out and being between a decision and wondering, like, what can I do and where should I go and which energy and direction should I take? And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about like a collaboration, and sometimes it can be about third-party energy as well, about collaborating with the right people in order to get financially ahead in your life. And then the Knight of Wands is like this passive aggressive energy. I'm not even gonna lie, it's like what I'm feeling. You know, there's some sort of like fire energy that's like fast moving going on here. And I feel like there was like a choice point that you or this person had in order for you to stick with this relationship or move on, and somebody felt really strong about the other person, and the other person felt like, I'm looking towards different options and opportunities, and there was a loss here because you have the Five of Cups here. It's all about like sadness and grief and some sort of ending that happened. But it was like Spirit presented you with this opportunity, or this person was presented with a brand new opportunity, you know, because the Ace of Wands is all about gift from the universe, and the universe is gifting a new inspirational thought form or hobby or passion or person into their life, because we have the Two of Cups and right next to it, which is all about like a union and harmonization. So maybe there was like a loss, but Spirit was trying to get somebody to think of things in a new, different way, to really like be able to collaborate, you know, and find like happiness like within the connection. And then you have like the Emperor, and the Emperor embodies all four kings in the tarot. This is all about personal power and like somebody taking authority and action like over their own life. So I really feel here that like there was some sort of new direction that the connection could go under, and that somebody really felt like this was going to be the way to resolve a situation, and that they were taking matters like into their own hands. Or there's a bucket of people where like the connection completely ended and spirit brought you in a new person into your life that you really felt like was like the missing piece to your life. Like there was this person that was embodying an energy of like stoic and just like very masculine and like an action person and like a go-getter, you know. So there's like two banks of people here that I'm getting. Either like you were connected with this person and the loss happened but spirit brought you somebody new, or you were in this bank of people where like there was an ending within your certain connection, but there was a new inspiration and thought form and like way of going about things, and you guys decided to try again and felt like this is the action that you need to take in order for things to really harmonize. But then we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups, no, the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Strength card. So somebody was feeling really defensive over their past situation. There was a lot of inner child healing that still needed to take place. Somebody thinking that there was third-party situations going on, that there was cheating going on, and or like they felt really protective over the person that they were trying to become. And maybe you or them were holding each other back in one way or another. You know, maybe you were gaining friends and you finally had harmony situations coming about and like feeling like a love for life again, you know, but like, and there was like this element that you wanted to protect over yourself, you know. And the Strength card is all about also having like personal power and action like over your life. You see how she's able to like tame this lion. She has her hands like around this lion's mouth, and this card like really represents Leo energy and having personal power over the direction in your life, you know what I mean, and feeling like a renewed sense of self. You had the inner strength to move out of a situation, or you had the strength to really defend yourself against the allegations, or against like what this person was trying to box you into, you know. And it's like sometimes it's really hard for us to leave people that have traumatic like childhoods, or if you had a traumatic childhood and all you knew was like people fighting, like a lot of times it's really hard to like move out of that and to gain a healthy perspective in a relationship. But I promise you that what you go through in your life and the lovers that you've had all have some sort of lesson and tie into them, and they're part of your overall like journey here on earth. And so that way you can shift into finding somebody else. Like a lot of times if you're with the same person like your whole life, like I've seen couples who do that, like they've been together since they were in like middle school or whatever, you know. But a lot of times you have to have this like trial and error situation, especially if you had a traumatic childhood, so that you understand what you like and what you don't like, and also you develop as a person as well, you know. So don't think that anything that you've gone in your past, like try to be very carefree about the situation. Like yes, like it helped like shape you or whatever, but take the tool and like leave it also in the past so that you can have something much better for yourself in the future. You know, you don't want to like keep relying on old emotions, because that's going to spill into like any new situation into your life. And if you do have a new person in your life, I do see this going like really, really well for you. And if you and this person are still no contact right now, I think it's for the betterment, because there was like somebody feeling like they were constantly putting their energy elsewhere and not really solely focusing on you. And I think that you found the personal strength and power within yourself to really feel emotionally satisfied and starting to like tap into your hobbies and do things that are good for you again. And I just would hate for you to get back into that rhythm of like caring about what that person is doing all the time, and then you're not focused like on yourself, you know? Sorry, my throat. Or maybe you feel like defenseless. Like if you do have kids, you feel like defensive over like making sure that your kids have a sense of like purity like to them. And a lot of couples end up staying with each other like for the kids. You know what I mean? But sometimes it can do more harm than good. Like I've talked to, you know, people that wish like their parents had gotten divorced, you know, instead of things being like even more traumatic. So Ooh, this is an intense reading. Okay, so the 2 cards that came out right now, obviously it said like you were the best thing in my life. So obviously it was really hard for you guys to let each other go, and clearly there was some sort of lesson and blessing in all of this. They feel like you were the best thing that happened to them, you know, and sometimes people have to leave people and you never know what you have sometimes until it's gone, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it's also for the other person's personal development as well. And then the second card that came is I'm not available. So either you're not available anymore and this is how this person is feeling about you, or they're not available and they know that you were the best thing and that you always are going to be the best thing, but the opportunity and the time has completely passed and there is no more us. That's just what I heard. Yeah, and if this is you and you're in part of this like group of people that found somebody new, then I think it's gonna work out really well if you're questioning it, you know? And I think that in this person you'll find that there are things that you missed out with this past person. And if not, and if you are in the bank of people where they, you know, you guys like had this ending, just know that they really do miss you, and they obviously understand that you have to do what's best for you in your life. And hopefully they leave you alone so that you can continue on this like beautiful journey of doing your inner child healing and finding friends and celebrating life and just having the personal power and strength within yourself to achieve all of the things that you want to achieve in life, you know, and work towards your goals. So this is what I have for you. I wish you the very, very best, and I will catch you on the next reading. Take care.